Good evening. What's going on, y'all? What's happening? It's me, Eddie G, here back again with another episode of Eddie G's Comic Culture. Once again, the show is still sponsored by the great folks over at Black Apparel, so make sure you check out their website at www.blackapparelblk.com. Shout outs to Kevin Seawright, my brother, um, for putting in work on the show as well. He's got some fresh gear up on that website, so make sure you guys check it out, especially with the holidays coming up. If you guys are looking for something to shop, make sure you take your pick. He's got some pretty great stuff on there. Um, Special shout out to my Instagram family and all of my friends who've been out there watching the show. Thank y'all for coming. Once again, it's been a while, y'all. So yeah, I'm back here to let y'all know. Honestly, I've been taking some time since the last episode. I've been catching up on quite a few things. Um, I know I was intending to give my Halloween review, but because things got so far behind as of God knows what, that the film's already just about to be released on Blu-ray. So I figured at this point I might as well just wait for the Blu-ray to come out because I will be purchasing it as well, honestly, and give you like a more in-depth review from there on in. I did love the movie, honestly. Quick spoiler-free review. I love the film. I thought it was great. An excellent follow-up to the original film. A few things that were, you know, a few things that I could say. The humor was actually one of the main. It was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the humor was all right. Some scenes it didn't really work too much, but they were. It wasn't like a make or break. It wasn't a make it or break kind of deal for the movie for me. So it was actually pretty solid all the way through. But it was yeah, it's a definite legendary feature. If you guys haven't seen it, make sure you check it out, especially when it comes out on Blu-ray and digital. And yeah, I've been doing a lot of I've been doing a lot of gaming. Also, I've been playing recently Red Dead Redemption. Well, I was playing Spider-Man beforehand, and then I got sidetracked with Red Dead Redemption 2, and have been playing Red Dead since. You know, not that it was nothing against Spider-Man at all because I love the game. It was an excellent game, honestly. But when I bought Red Dead, and I pretty much had an inkling that it was actually going to be a really good game, something like in a real immersive third-person Western type of, it was definitely going to be something worthy of like, cinematic features like along the lines of like Fistful of Dollars and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Django Unchained, Tombstone, Unforgiven, movies like that, spaghetti westerns like that. But wow, man, what the game is an awesome game. First and foremost, the shit is just literally off the hook. The story is something unlike I've played. Let me tell you something. I love Rockstar. Rockstar is a great is an awesome studio, and a lot of their content I've always played. I've had great a great time playing, especially the Grand Theft Auto series. But every now and again, Grand Theft Auto can become a little bit repetitive. I don't know about you guys, but for me, excuse me, for me, it can really become, repetitive, especially when you're just, you know, when you're doing a lot of the free roaming stuff, and then you're just, in the open world. And mind you, it's a lot of cool stuff, and it is cool shit. But at the end of the day, it's just like, um, I need a campaign, like a story to for really to really back up. And a lot of the times with Grand Theft Auto games, I really like break away easily from the story. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I guess it might be my ADD or something like that. But whatever the case it is, it's just it doesn't really it doesn't really pan out for me with Grand Theft Auto games when it comes to that. So Rockstar really opened the door for that when it came. Like, they really changed my whole perspective on that with this whole story, like with Red Dead and how it was presented. The character of Arthur Morgan is amazing. The work that they've done, the graphics are absolutely mesmerizing. They literally make your system whatever. I no longer, I don't own the Xbox anymore, but it'll definitely, I imagine, if it makes since it makes my PS4 flex its muscle, I'm sure that it does the same for the Xbox as well. But other than that, the movie, like the game in itself, is just like one of the best. It's like, I think it's up there as one of the best games, if not the best game of all time I've ever played, because of that storyline. And it's just so, like I said, it is so immersive. It's a very sad and real, because the settings and the time period that it's set in, of course, and a lot of the subject matter is pretty, touchy at this point, because of a lot of people can take certain the label, the racism and the bigotry that time period is pretty prevalent in the game, but not in the sense where it's in your face constantly, like like you know, like if it was a movie like Django Unchained, and just to throw as a comparison, even though it's not a video game, but as far as in terms of, it does, it does share some pretty ugly moments with words, and it doesn't. It's not just, you know, from let's see, they refer to blacks as darkies, Latinos as greasers, and yes, and in the natives, Native Americans, they would call them as Redskins. So, and there is Ku Klux Klan in the game as well too, but but I had like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I've had the best time finding them and like slaughtering those bastards, because I just, it's one of the best things to actually do is one of the, like, when you find when you find the KKK, and it really plays on that entire ordeal, like that they're fucking stupid as shit. But when you find them, and it's just like you hear them talking, and you know they're about to light they're lighting the cross, they're about to light the cross of fire, you know and then you just go ahead and catch them by surprise, and I just take it out because I love utilizing. If you ever played Max Payne, they have that bullet time in this game. They got the bullet time feature in this game, which literally made me one of the main things that fall in love with it, because that's just the best part about the gunfights, when you slow time down and you gotta actually, like, catch your targets or whatever. But yeah, man, like, this game is like, I would mow down a few KKK rallies, and then every now and again, because like, you'll have a witness or two, if somebody was riding right by, and yeah, fuck that. I hate sympathizers. Also, I catch them off the roads as well. So, but it's a pretty great game. It's awesome. Like I said, make sure you guys check it out if you have an opportunity for this holiday season. If you're looking for a great gift, I would highly recommend this game. Besides, the acting in the game is. He did win the award, the game award, as was that guy's name, Roger Clark. He plays Arthur Morgan in the game. He won the award for like the best actor, if I'm not mistaken, the best voice work, and he earned it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he definitely earned it. Like, for what it was worth, the guy really, like, knocked it out of the park. So that being said, it was a great, great game. I'm just about finishing it up right about now in the main storyline. So I'm hoping, like, because that was one of the main things too. Because I knew I was just like, I was distracted. I jumped off of Spider-Man with Red Dead, and I didn't think I was gonna, I knew I was gonna get hooked, but I didn't think I was gonna get that hooked to Red Dead. So I was like, fuck, man, I gotta finish this so I can go back and finish Spider-Man. I still haven't finished Spider-Man yet. But both are great games. They're both great additions to your library if you own a PS4. Make sure you pick one up this holiday season. They're amazing. And moving right along. So, so far, I have ordered some. I haven't been ordering any few issues as of yet. I'm still behind on the Brian Michael Bendis run on Superman. I do have a few classic issues I want to reread as well, from way back when, that I bought not too long ago, and but it's, like I said, it's been pretty much a lot of I know there's a lot of storylines going on with DC, and I know Marvel's got some stuff too. Oh, by the way, of course, R.I.P. to Stan Lee, um, one of the greatest creators ever in the history of comic books. If you've been, no matter what side of the spectrum that you're on, first and foremost, let me just go ahead and say that I don't ever believe in that brand war. I think it's one of the stupidest things ever. You can like both brands, and even independent ones, which is what I highly encourage for all of you guys out there. Make sure you look for independent publishings, because you'll get some stories out there. You'll get some great, you can get some great comic books, some great books from independent writers that you won't get just off of these, the big two that you see, or even Image, or Dark Horse or stuff like that. But it's I've been seeing there's a lot of variants coming out, and that's just like, uh, I've never been one to be like big on the variant cover band, unless it was something like, I don't buy variants. I'm gonna be honest with you. I truly don't buy variants unless, like, I have to really like it has to be like something that's an oh shit cover for me to grab and just take, like, spend the money on. Because first of all, you know, I like to buy other, I got other books I want to pick out and read as well. So I just can't just dump something for like I just can't dump whatever I have on one sole variant cover regarding that. But you know, I've been seeing a lot of them flood the market as of recent. Some of them are cool, some of them are just whatever. I'm just hoping that this trend dies down pretty soon because it's getting kind of out there already. You know, this is coming. This is somewhat like like if they want to do something sweet to really, like, why don't we bring back some of those, like if you want to wow me, like give me, like, I would say if you want to do variant covers, try to keep it to like maybe two, or shit. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing go old school, get like a hologram cover or whatever, 3D, whatever. Take it back to the '90s, a nice little throwback to that era. But that's just me. But but yeah, a lot of variants have been coming out, so I'm gonna be giving some reviews pretty soon. You know, I may just do some tomorrow actually. So fuck it, just keep your eyes open. But either way, I'll definitely be putting up some reviews on that. Discussing about a few of the issues that I read in the stories that's going on and how these writers are handling them. But moving right along, it looks like oh, finally we got the Avengers Endgame trailer. I think that's probably gonna be the last cameo we ever see of Stan Lee, actually, since it's kind of like I don't know. I would say it's kind of like, I don't know. I think he might be in Captain Marvel also. I'm not too sure, but I know that I believe that Avengers is actually the last cameo appearance of Stan Lee. So it is kind of it's pretty melancholy in a lot of in a lot of ways, because the fact that there's not just Stan Lee's leaving, but it's kind of, excuse me, not that just Stan Lee's gone, but the fact that there's other characters, the actors, Chris Evans is leaving. There's also a good chance that I'm not too sure about Robert Downey Jr., but I don't know if this may be his last time as Iron Man or not. Um, or what the, what else that nobody knows what the hell else is going to happen. We just know that a lot of these characters are supposed to be getting resuscitated. Who won't be making it is the interesting thing. That's what I'm more curious about. I know there's a lot of people that are going to be brought back. I just want to know who's not going to make it, and that's what's more interesting to me. And first and foremost, like, we all knew Spider-Man was coming back, but yeah, either way, the fact that this teaser trailer didn't. It was a sad, it was a pretty, like I said, it was pretty somber. It started off with Tony and being stranded, lost in space, and the sending out a message to Pepper and all that stuff. It didn't show anything, which is what I loved about it, because of the simple fact that I know Captain Marvel is playing a big part in this movie, and they are releasing the Captain Marvel film, but before they release Endgame. So with that being said, it's looking, it looks great. I just want to know. I'm just interested to know what the hell kind of changes are going to come after Endgame. That's all I want. And more than likely, we are going to see the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer coming up pretty soon. Probably next week, if anything. It might be with us next week with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. By the way, that movie has gotten 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. So that's very, very, very comforting, knowing that I will be going out to see it next weekend, honestly. It's definitely a day one. It always looks hilarious. It looks great. It looks great on the movie, And Lauren Velez plays Miles Morales' mother, which was another thing I just found out today. So if you guys ever watched New York Undercover back in the days, or not even Dexter, Dexter, she was shit, I don't remember her character's name, but she was the captain in the film, and then on the show she was the police captain. And damn, what the hell was her name on the show? Shit, and I left my phone out. Anyway, but she's in it. She's actually voicing Miles Morales' mother, so I thought that was pretty dope, actually. And like I said, man, it looks hot. It definitely looks great. And the fact that it got 100% on on Rotten, just was more reassuring to me than anything. So just because, with that in itself, I'm pretty sure they're going to be doing a lot more animated features on the Marvel behalf. So I can't wait to see that. Aquaman is looking great. It's looking like it's doing a great success. It's already been out in China now, so it's actually making some pretty good bank. And there's a lot of good word of mouth coming out about it. So all I need, as soon as we get some from the decent critics reviews, because we need this win as far as DC's films are concerned. Definitely, we need this win ASAP. We can't just have it all on Wonder Woman. And with Shazam coming up, we need to like write this course immediately. So it looks great. However, I did see an interview today. Since we're talking about DC films, by the way, the Joker feature looks good. Also, I'm wondering if my thing about the Joker feature is like I'm sure we should be getting a teaser trailer soon, considering that it's a small budget film. It's not something major. But from what I see so far, I cannot front. Like first of all, I always liked Joaquin Phoenix. He was a great actor, and but from what it looks like, it just looks great. It looks like a pretty badass independent film, worthy of Batman's graphic novel library. Because it looks like it's pulled from one of the it's been inspired not just by quite a few books, not just The Killing Joke, obviously, because it looks like it looks like it's taking a few pages from it, but it looks great, man, from what it looks like behind the scenes. So I can't wait for the teaser for that to drop. But Captain Marvel is definitely coming out as well. I don't know about you guys, but I saw both trailers and it looks good. The movie looks nice, but as far as Brie Larson is concerned, as Captain Marvel, something about her is just not really. It's not really kicking. It's not really clicking with me. I'm not really seeing her in that role like that. So I don't know what's the big deal. But I think I guess I'm just gonna have to wait for the movie to come out. Obviously, I'm gonna have to wait for the movie to come out. But in all honesty, I'm just not really buying her in the role like that. I don't know what it is. But hopefully she could change that and change my mind and turn that around. But it looks like it's another surefire hit for the MCU. I saw today, speaking of Aquaman earlier, which I almost forgot to mention. Apparently, the Amy Adams was actually giving an interview to Nicole Kidman, and Nicole Kidman's, obviously she's also in Aquaman, playing Aquaman's mother, and one of the things that it was kind of a shitty thing to see. It was kind of shitty because at the end, Amy Adams decides to go on and says that she may not be returning as Lois Lane anymore because of the way that they're revamping the film. So at this point, it pretty much confirms that we're not gonna see any Superman movie revolving the previous films with her castmates Henry Cavill and Lawrence Fishburne. It looks like that's already done. Um, it's a sad case because I did like Henry Cavill. I thought he did have a good, I thought he had some good, a good chance to do. Even though the chemistry was off as hell between him, that I have to agree with. I mean, the chemistry between him and Amy wasn't the greatest. I didn't really, buy that Clark and Lois relationship in it, but that's neither here nor there. The end of the day is just that it's pretty maddening to know that we're not going to be getting a Superman film for quite some time. However, DC is, Warner Brothers is mulling a Supergirl, and even a Plastic Man features coming up. So hopefully with Shazam that changes that. But at this point, it doesn't look like that cast is ever returning. And we all know what happened with that and what's to blame for it. It's just like I said, it sucks. But let's see that let's see them right their wrongs first, and what they can do and go from there. But because I never would have thought we're living in a time right about now that in the current state, DC's right, the face of DC films right now pretty much rests on Wonder Woman and Aquaman, and I'm not mad at either one, but it's just a little strange. So, and plus that's because they got, but it's also due to certain circumstances as well. So we also have to look at that and keep in mind. Hopefully they get their shit together when it comes to the big two, Batman and Superman, and see what they can get done off the ground. But it's it's each his own. But with that being said, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna be catching y'all soon with my next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any issues or questions, you already know, hit the comment section. If there's anything you agree with or disagree with, hit me up. And make sure y'all enjoy your weekend. I'll see you on the flip side. Be safe. Peace.